In my life, there are circumstances that have come up where most guys would be livid. They would be so pissed off if someone were to do something like that. And not that I've had a lot of abuse experiences or that, but I knew I was able to get out of my own body. For example, there was this a girl that I was kind of dating on and off, and I helped her. I bought her a car, or I helped her just so she's supposed to pay me back. And she's very naive and all this other stuff. And she decided 3 months into it, I don't want to pay this car off. And she gave it back to me. So obviously I lost a bunch of money on it. And people are like, oh my God, where's the integrity and all this other stuff? But the reality is that one thing, I didn't listen to her. I thought this would be the best thing for her. So I had to take accountability for that. I'm thinking, you're in LA, you have to drive. You need a car. This is what you do. I know it's best for you. And that was one thing I learned. Secondly, she never had the experience where she can say no. No to a man. No to her father. That was more important in that. So that little money that I had lost, there was so much more that was gained in my experience and hers. So the relationship wasn't about the romance and me having the car paid off and her keeping her integrity. If anything, it was her speaking her truth and honoring herself, even though I was kind of a casualty in a way. But I didn't look at it that way. I grew from that, and I didn't play victim. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I let that go. So in relationships, when you enter the union from that perspective, it changes things. It's not like, oh, you said this 3 years ago, or it's supposed to be like this. Where is your integrity? The reality is that there really isn't. Integrity doesn't really belong so much in relationships. In other words, of course we want to be considerate, but when all of our stuff is coming up and we don't know what to do, that's the last thing we're thinking of. If you think about it for a moment, children, they're not walking around as if they have integrity. And they do things as if they're very egotistical. And they're afraid, they're confused. They don't know what the right thing is to do. That doesn't change as adults. So you can try to hold a person accountable and still guilt them, or you can realize that we're all children still trying to learn and grow. And interact in a relationship and where you can grow, and it might be something you're going to be in this for the long term, and someone where she or he knows that you can do that. Life changes. You're influenced by so many things. We're bombarded by so much information. It's much more difficult these days to have a relationship that thrives. You know, there is social conditions in which we had to possibly stay with the first person. You just were not able to make that much contact with people. You maybe were invited to a party here and there. You heard about it from word of mouth. Now you're invited to 3-4 events a night. Now you can have 3-4 hookups right there in that moment, text messaging each other. There's not even a pause in which you have to reflect. You know, we're stimulated by so much. So, and so much beauty, and so much money, and so many of these other things that people are constantly comparing themselves. They don't know what role model to follow. And so, with all that being said, we have to strip it down and bring it back to our basics and our true nature from, again, that animalistic part of ourselves. I'm a sexual being. I am a vibratory being. I have an attraction to people. My biology can override me. To the second stage where I want to be in my heart. I want to create harmony. I want to embody my feminine and masculine attributes. I want to bring that out of my partner. And then the third stage is that I'm a spiritual being. I'm beyond this human drama. Because if you were stuck in the first and second stage, you wouldn't be here. So you already made a point that there's much more in this. And this is what keeps you hopeful. Because I guarantee you, everyone has had their heart broken here. I guarantee you've had disappointments, but you're still here. So that doesn't mean you're defined by your past or your pain body. So why enter new relationships with that shit? Why enter new relationships with like just this limited perspective? Why not open up yourself up to new paradigm, embody all three of those different phases, and approach a relationship from that standpoint. Then you'll see a different result, a different experience. Then you'll attract your soulmate, the one who'll be there, the one you have fun with, not your cellmate.
If you were being offered some free tools that could get you unstuck, would you be interested? If so, visit raydoctor.com and receive your free transformational exercises. Imagine starting each day feeling deeper love, a clearer mind, and being able to say to yourself, I really feel good. My clients love these and so will you. Get them now for free at raydoctor.com.